when the time is strange, it's like, in a way, it's a very interesting, challenging time. We can test ourselves, we can test the world, we can re-examine everything we've been through, and all those things. So this is my meditation on this situation. I'm reading from the piece called Game. It's a little longer than this, the one I'm reading now, but there's an excerpt. But you can get the basic idea. The sound is okay?
Yes.
From Game. Mapping geography of humanity with accuracy is not easy. Easy jobs done with no accuracy will bring more devastating confusion and discrepancies to cause a widening of the unnecessary gap in reality. Reality will be displayed with a warped sense of biases that brings in more of our hidden traits of deep-seated arrogance and ignorance. Ignorance is not bliss in this case. Case by case, we can figure out how to cope with this problem and to redirect our focus. Focusing on the fact that we are ignorant is not easy either. Either way, which side of the cake would you like to prefer? Preferably both, I expect you to answer. Answering our own never-ending questions on the divine mystery. It is not such a bad idea to start a big journey to re-examine our geography. Geography should not be kept in classrooms. Classrooms should open their doors to the world. The world is waiting for us to get in touch with it. It could be a revolutionary thing to do so. So let's start. Starting with passion. Passion can represent many aspects of being alive in this geography of humanity. Humanity is good at focusing a wrong call. Calling for colorful paradoxes, we trace tiny generic variation of desire. Desiring knowledge on how to obtain a landscape full of simple charms that might spark a flame inside us, we tread a perilous path. A path that is complicatedly twisted. It's not easy to walk. Walking in a daze, we run into the monument of our past history. History is a fascinating thing. History is a fascinating thing, either personal or collective. Collectively, we can make the same mistakes again and again as an individual does. Does this make sense to you? You, who are reading my nonsensical writing called Game, are advised to examine rules whenever you play any game. Game can be fun and also tricky. Tricky aspects has to be forced to be on the surface no matter what. What's important is that you don't get fooled by the one who creates the rules. Rules can be useful to maintain order, but can be damaging if they are twisted by wrong aspirations. Aspirations, when used in a damaging mode, can be truly dangerous. Dangerous steps should be corrected as soon as possible. Possibly, we can redirect the flow of our psyche to some secure but healthier direction. Directions can be spread all around the first draft of the map of human geography with slightly improved accuracy. The word passion can have many different meanings and dimensions. Dimensions can be measured by different ideas and varied measurement tools. Tools can be anything. Anything that is flexible and pure would be fine. Fine whether can be a good standard of measurement. A measurement should be studied in the early morning when day breaks while you listen to a morning raga. Ragas played in the evening will accompany the evening measurement. A measurement should be done with accompaniment of an evening raga, preferably somewhere cool and quiet, like in a big open field or by the sea. The sea will bring a breeze to help you proceed with this rather internally complicated process. Processing the breeze inside you, you will find a sound map, mapping the new geography of humanity. You will stop wondering why we are all here. A slightly different music fills the room. The room is full of music lovers. Lovers of fleeting spirits, of color, tones, and movement sit with the closed eyes. Eyes closed. They see sounds enter them, not just through their ears, but through every surface of their beings. Human beings feel happiest and most content when they are soaked themselves in their favorite music. Music is the healing force of the universe, one musician said simply and eloquently. Eloquently, he followed the spirit. Spiritual manifestations of music bring us to tears. Tears fall for no reason. Reasoning almost becomes meaningless. Meaninglessness doesn't mean emptiness here. Here again, air becomes light. Like rain falls in the music room, and the room heavenly filled with music and music lovers. Resting, she meditates on the breeze through the window. A window is open and clean. A clean new page of a book invites her new discourses. A discourse in any form can always bring some new ideas to follow. Following her instinct, she walks into some unpremeditated landscape. A landscape opens invitingly in the similar manner to which a window invites a breeze. Breathing through the new sensation, she further tries to open the doors of the newly found landscape joyfully. Joyfully she looks and sees. Seeing the whitening field, she becomes nostalgic for things she knows nothing about. About 10 minutes pass like nothing. Nothing stops her nostalgic daydreaming. Daydreaming naturally suits her ecstatic personality. A personality of translucency becomes vivid in her. Her inquisitiveness quiets down luxuriously. Luxuriously, she welcomes a new state of mind in the new luminous landscape that opens in front of her eyes. Eyes make an innocent sigh to acknowledge the change cordially. Cordially, we invited our friends to the gathering we organized. Organizing a gathering to share visions for the history of humanity, past, present, and future, had been one of our serious dreams for a long time. The time has come, one of us declared almost impulsively. An impulse of indifference was replaced by the one of festive awareness, an awareness of some extremely urgent sense to recover something our species had lost long time ago got more intense, intensified every so often. Mysteries regarding our origin further submerged known, unknown human elements. Elements of nature, washing and polishing the architectural structure of our consciousness, kept challenging us in such bold, daring ways continuously. Continuously we tried to prove our hierarchical status. A status symbol of being human was passionately focused on our possession of language. Language in the most dogmatic sense. A sense of being capable of expressing ourselves in words surpassed our ability to smoothly join in the garden. The garden was full of fruits, flowers, lakes, and woods. The woods were dark, but not fearful in their origin. The origin of familiar story of our birth was told to us by the elders. Again, we listened to them, and again rejected their versions, a version full of beheadings and prayers. Prayers erased to become songs without words. Words finally found their resting place, places where the new landscape opened welcomed every one of us with no condition. Conditioned to be fearful, we tried to deny our new voices. Voices freshly gathered, echoed by the sea. The sea cradled our soft glances. Glancing at the horizon, we totally lost sight of where we were. Are you afraid? One of us asked. Asking any question meant nothing at the moment. Moments passed as if there weren't any. Any answer was welcomed because of our inherited despair. Despairing over the circumstances, we finally managed to give up our vanity of being human. Human, all too human stories at last ended. Erasing the traces of historical evidence we are forced to remember. Remembering the innocence we once had, we return to our origin miraculously. Miraculously, I got home with no problems. Problems I feared were just inaccurate reflections in the mirror I was holding. Holding it too tightly. I woke the images. Images I thought I saw replaced themselves with a new blank book. A book was sweetly open for us all to write a new story, freshly. Freshly, I called my lover to join me to start the first page. Paging through the yet unwritten book, we embraced each other passionately. Passionately, we started the first line. Line by line, our new story was birthed. A birth of a new hieroglyph was too easy to accomplish, surprisingly. Surprisingly, we decided to unlearn what we knew to make the new hieroglyph more alive and vivid. Vividly, we became aware of our natural ability to converse with no words. Words left the songs alone. Alone, songs are sung without words again. Again, we looked around the house. House was standing by the sea. Sea was kind and ancient to these new sung songs. Songs lingered on to reach the other shore. The shore was dense with mist. The mist was spellbinding in the most sincere way. Way above, the sky opened to eternity. Eternity is the one and only golden rule of the game. I declare to my lover with a voice full of naive excitement. Excitement of setting my own rules almost made me faint. Faintly, mist trembled. Trembling with joy, we started singing a new song. A song without words filled the air. Air turned to light, and light gave colors to life effortlessly. Effortlessly, we felt happy for the first time. Time was embracing and loving to us when we became one with it. It shone with its own strength. Strength enveloped every conflicting phenomenon we encountered as we observed this miraculous event together. Together, we became completely speechless. Speechless as we were, we felt content naturally. Naturally, we kept writing new paragraphs into blank pages. Pages soon became a garden. The garden had no gatekeeper, honorably. Honorably, we learned how to take off our shoes to step in. In the garden, we roamed around. Around midnight, we hear bells ring. Ringing idly but steadily, they cradle us to sleep. Sleeping through the wordless night, we woke up in the morning and uttered the familiar sound. Ah! Ah! In harmony, we welcomed the day. The day must have broken gently as we slept through silence. Silence. Ah! Silence, our unseen origin and our remote destination. A destination we yearned for was much too far away. Away from our own paradise, lost and found. We walked further into the morning light. Light was clear, and we opened our eyes wider. I don't want to get intimidated by fear or darkness or uncertainty or messy, weird energy. I'm not giving up. That's my message. We don't have to fight for or against. We have to find something new that we already know.